Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So we're just gonna start off. We're just gonna get right into it. I figured now would be the best time to do this, I guess. We're gonna start the second part of my build on the old RS1. There in the background, you see the 240. We're gonna do build on that eventually. It'll be an LS car. The front's already tube, but it holds garbage right now, pretty much. So we got our order from Amazon in. I'll show you guys all that here in a second. But first off, we're gonna get a little background story on the RS1 back there. So it's 2019 RS1. I've raced it. I think I've been in 6 or 7 races. I don't know. First or second in any of all those races, pretty much. I think I've won like 3, and I've gotten second in 2. I think, or I don't know. However, all that works out. But so yeah, rookie year, won 3 races, got second in 2 races. I'm going to Moab in April, so I figured we needed to turn the race car into a show car. So I'm going to show you guys what we got here, and then we'll kind of go over the RS1 a little bit. So this is me figuring out, I get an Amazon card, so there's that. So we got these fancy mirrors here, very bright, those are awesome. Those are $100. This says it's for a Yamaha, but I think it's just kind of a universal kit. And then we got some ring lights. We have 2 different styles. We have this style pod, like that there, or we have this style pod up here that's more square. These are gonna go on the windshield, and then I don't know where those are gonna go yet. We also have some other pods here. Those are gonna go somewhere probably. We have a chase bar right here. This is gonna go on the very back for a chase bar. It's also blinkers and turn signals and reverse light. And then this is the color changing bar that's going to go on the top of the windshield. That's a nice little unit there. And pretty much you're looking, everything here is either, I think these are $50. These are O'Reilly's, got them for Christmas. They're like $100 and they're very bright, but I would not normally go there. This is all Amazon stuff. These are 36. I think these are 55. We have an 8-gang rubber touchpad here, control unit that's going to control all the electronics. Very clean. I think that was 150, I think, like that on Amazon. And then this is an automatic windshield wiper. This is a windshield wiper squirter down there. And that's just for the lights and the kind of general stuff. And then over here we have more random stuff. This is all for the windshield mounting. This is all connectors and stuff like that. I prefer the non-insulated and then heat shrunk connections versus like anything like those, or maybe even the heat shrink normal connectors. The insulated look cleaner. I think they're stronger. I prefer that look, far none. We also got some wire looms, some mesh wire looms, so it'll be super clean. Got some RS1 bank plugs, so we can plug into bank power on the RS1. I'm also gonna rewire everything, so we got a new bus bar, and then we're gonna do connectors that, they make your own wire type of thing. So pretty much all of this stuff, I have to somehow get mounted, get everything fixed, working good, everything, and then we're gonna strip it all down. Oh, excuse me, I didn't know my deal was way down there. Then we're gonna powder coat everything. So the turquoise cage, the control arms, upper and lowers, radius rods, trailing arms, everything's getting powder coated. It's gonna be super sweet. So let's go check out the RS1. We'll kind of go over what the whole plan is, hopefully. So we have the windshield just kind of mocked up there. It showed up today, and I'm very impatient, so I got it mocked up there. But I built the cage in like 3 days for a race that I ended up taking second in. It's the hardest race in the Northwest. Super awesome race, but the cage is not perfect. So I built everything on this pretty much single-handedly. I've had some help with a couple things here and there, but for the most part, everything on this is single-handedly all me. So as you can see, it's not exactly factory. This is a factory windshield I ordered from UTV Zilla, I think. So it follows factory deals. Well, I tilted my cage in on purpose, but I didn't know I did it that much. So we're going to try and figure out something there. Also, if you have any idea about RS1s, this is normally, let's see, let's go over here real quick. That is normally in there where the battery box is. So this is all new because there's a winch down there. So I switched everything. The battery goes up here now, winch is down below. I'm gonna redo all of this. Like I said, I pretty much built this whole RZR in 2 or 3 days to go to a race. So everything is just kind of thrown together. So we're gonna clean all of that up, kind of redo some stuff, make it look super clean. We're gonna do new ball joints, new brake, new tie rods, Ooh, what else? All kinds of stuff over here. But there's going to be a pod here and a pod here and a light bar up there. There's also going to be a color changing light bar right here. And then inside we have 2 Rockford Fosgate speakers. Those are very expensive, but sound incredible. We're also going to, once we get a roof on here, once I get the windshield mounted, there'll be a roof here, and then we're going to put a compact subwoofer in there. And then in here isn't really going to change a whole lot. I think I'm going to put my unit box or my control box in there, and then the 8-gang deal will go up here, all my switches and stuff. But everything's getting powered, all the sound system's getting powered off that SSV Works. Awesome unit. So yeah, it's going to be pretty wild. And then back here, we're going to have that chase bar is going to be right up there, and then there'll be a couple more lights up there. I think I'm actually going to move these to face over here, like the mounting spot will be right here, but we'll see. And we got more parts in the back here. Those are door insert cards. So see how the RS1's open up there? It'll stop that. There'll be like a little guard there. So that'll be pretty nice. We got limit straps, brakes, ball joints in there. We're also going to rebuild these radius rods, these super UTV radius rods. We're going to rebuild those. So pretty much all in all, the roof that we're going to get for this, we're not going to build the roof today, but the roof is going to come up here, and then it's going to wrap down here and stop at this bar here. That's why I'm thinking about putting these over here and then kind of rotate this. I think it'll be aimed better and it'll kind of look better than that. So we're going to keep that race net because you'd be surprised on how much stuff that stops from coming inside. I'm not going to put a race net on here because it's kind of a pain to open it and close it, but the automatic windshield wiper is going to go up here. All the gang switches is going to go over here. And then, like I said, that sub's going to go there. And then probably a dome light in here somewhere. But so yeah, that's the kind of the plan for this weekend. We'll see. I'm not going to build the roof this weekend, mainly because I got a buddy that does sheet metal way better than I do, so we're going to let him take care of that. But for right now, I'm going to try and get this windshield somewhat mounted because the factory mounting hardware that they sent me is not going to work with this aftermarket cage I built. So I'm going to have to come up with something. I have a rib nut gun, so we might just try that. But yeah, so I'm going to get to it, and I'll give you guys updates along the way. All right, guys, so after a lot of head scratching and figuring this stuff out. So like I said before, this is a custom cage. I built it, so it's not going to meet factory spec because that's not how I built it. So, well, mainly because I kind of decided that I'm just doing everything custom, so whatever. So this windshield is for a factory RS1 cage. This is not factory. So we had to kind of move some holes around, but that ended up working in our favor because I got to mount the light pods right in a factory hole. I don't have to drill another hole. So that's pretty cool. Let's check it out. So the factory mounting hole for where it wants to have the tube clamp is where the lights are mounted now. And then these are the holes I missed right here. We're not going to talk about that. I'm going to weld that. We're not going to see that anymore. So that right there is all we needed. And then the tops are drilled up there. We had to cut a little bit out on each side there to make it fit. But I'm pretty happy with it. It's very clean, and I mean, it kind of sucks that my cage is shot in and this is like that. And this has a bend in it, so I don't really want to cut this off because then it would like stop. I mean, it's tight right here. I mean, I can't get my fingers past that. So it just opens up. But it is what it is. That's the inside of it. Pretty large view. I wish it was a little bit taller, but there again, the RS1 factory cages are probably stop right in there or something. But that's what we got on there so far. But these pods right here, they're halos, so that'll be a different color, and they do all kinds of things. It's super cool. So let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to start posting my links to everything. But we also got this hooked up here. Here's a little hinge thingy in here, so we can open that vent to have airflow in, or we can close the vent just like that. And we're gonna put some weather stripping right in here. But I'm gonna get the windshield wiper motor in there, see what that looks like, kind of get that mocked up, and then we'll see what else we get done. All right, guys, here is the wiper kit that I got from Moto Alliance. It's their Evolution wiper kit here. It's pretty nice. The directions are, read the directions a little bit ago. They're pretty good. The only downside I don't like is how you turn the wiper, oop, I almost dropped it. How you turn the wiper on and off up here. Like, that sounds cool, and it sounds like I'm just bitching, but I really wish you just send power to that type of thing and it would turn on, so that way I can run my my big 8-gang deal there. But other than that, it seems really good quality. Really small too. I'm pretty happy with it. The wiper's perfect. It has a little deal in here. That's how you attach it and you get it tight and whatever. So that's probably going to come loose and it'll fall off at some point. But the little wire harness here is pretty nice. All wire mesh loom and fused, and probably not going to use that. Little hardware kit here. Yeah, I already kind of fitted it up. It kind of, I don't know. It'll work. Oop. We're going to lose some stuff here if I'm not careful. There we go. Okay, so I'm thinking something just like that right there. And then when we go to put the roof on, wherever that bolt ends up on the outside there, we'll just run the bolt through the roof too. So that's what I'm thinking right there. So it doesn't hang down super low, so that's nice. But and there again, everything that we're putting on today is pretty much all going to come back off come race season. So yeah, it's a lot of work for nothing, but whatever. It'll look cool in the mountains. So I'm going to get all this mocked up, get that wiper on. We're not hooking any of the wiring up because, to be honest with you, I have to pull this thing off to start hooking wiring up, and I think that requires pulling the window back off. So we're just going to get the window all done, and then we'll just pull everything off in one little rip. So that's the plan. I'll let you know how it works. Alrighty, so we got the wiper motor assembly unit thing on there, just kind of mocked up. But that bolt's going to work out pretty good when we put the roof on, and it's going to sit right here. We'll just put a bigger bolt in there. The only thing I think I'm going to change probably is how high that thing sits. So you see how it's way up here? I think I might cut that down and drop this down a little bit farther. See kind of how that looks, because I really want to stick this light bar I have. So this light bar I got here, I kind of want it really smooth to the cab, and I really want to put it way up there. So I think I might look at cutting that deal down a little bit so we can fit that bar in there. But we'll kind of go with it for now, and then I can't really mount that bar in there anyways until the roof gets on, because the brackets are going to be up here in the roof. So I kind of got to wait till we build a roof. But for now, we got the pods, the windshield, the wiper blade, all that stuff in there. Look at maybe doing a couple more things tonight. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so might call it a night. I might continue on. We'll see. We'll give you an update. All right, well, I thought I was going to go to bed, but that didn't happen. We got to do fab work now. I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't have my welder at my house. So when we do all the fab work, then we'll go about that. So let's go see what I'm talking about. So we got the mirror on, and I went to go put it on the other side, and originally they were going to go up here. But with our custom fabrication of our windshield, that's not going to happen. So a buddy of mine kind of called me out the other day about that one not having a bar. I only put this in here to add structure to that bar. That's the only reason I put that in there. So I think we're just going to end up throwing a bar in over there, and then we'll have a spot for our mirrors. But these are the wide mirror, wide lens light thingy. So this will shine like over there type of thing, and then all of these will just shine forward. So yeah, we're gonna have light bars on our light bars, you know. So yeah, so there pods there, the mirrors are on there, light bar up there, light bar down there. Oof. Yeah, we got a lot of light bars. All right, guys, so it is a new day. We're back working on the RS1, getting it ready for the big Moab trip, so all the big fancy stuff. So I think we're gonna mount the fuse block in it right now. I kind of got it mocked up a little bit. Let's go check it out. First, I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I got here. It's just straight up off of Amazon, Universal 8-gang switch panel system. Nice, beautiful work. Like this is nice stuff. Like you can actually feel that. Like I like that a lot. Has these cool, all these here, like real good quality stuff, I think. So let's go check out the fuse block part. So we got the block mounted up right there. Don't mind the roofing screw, it's just holding it on there. But we're gonna test that out real quick, make sure we get the box still on it and everything. And then we're gonna hold this up here, drill a hole, and then we'll actually put some bolts in it, some lock nuts and whatnot. And then that little switch panel thing, I believe, is gonna go right up on that bar. So let's see if we can get this shot here. So it'll be right here, all said and done. So that's the plan. And then we'll use a Dremel to cut out all those bottom parts right there so we can run all of our wires through there. And that was the best spot under the dash too, to allow wires to go through and everything. So let's keep on working. All right, so we got the box all mounted in there, just like that. They're all Harbor Freight coming in clutch again with their little miscellaneous bolt kit. Just always having perfect little nuts and bolts. So we got those in there. There we go. All right, so now the plan is take this Dremel and router out or Dremel out all those bottom slots there so we can start running our wires. And then yeah, we're good to go on the fuse block. So there's the cover, all slid into place and everything, locked on there. I'm gonna take that sticker off because that's not even like American. Yeah, I don't know. So it's not, it looks kind of hard to get it off, but I mean, you literally just touch the tab and it comes right off. So yep, so I'm gonna start running a few wires for that, and then I think we're gonna try and put these inserts on that go right here. We're gonna try to put those on, and yeah, kind of go from there. Alrighty, so I think the next task at hand that we're gonna try and accomplish today, hopefully, is we're gonna try and figure out this wiring mess going on in the front. So let's bear with me on this. This is all like, I had 3 days to build this whole rig to go on a race, so I just threw things together type of thing. Now we're coming back to making it look good. So let's check it out. So this is just pretty much your factory Harbor Freight winch setup, because that's what we have, is a Harbor Freight winch down there. So I did the best I could to just coil everything up, just make it look okay. So now we're gonna take everything off. We're gonna cut all these cables to fit. We're gonna mount that box properly, get rid of all these wiring, or all this wiring in here that's not needed, and like all these extra. We don't need all that. We don't need all that. We have a bus bar. We're gonna put that in. This is all gonna look super clean. There should only be 2 wires going to the battery. So that's the plan. Let's see how far I get. All right, so we got a majority of the wiring out. The blue and yellow here go to the winch. That's what actually powers the winch. This is main power to the Razor itself. This is the fuse block that's in there that I'm pretty sure we're gonna be pulling out. And this one is for sound. I figured that would be best by the battery when I originally did this, but I think I figured out what we're gonna do with this guy. I think we're going to flip it upside down and mount it on the back side of this, just like that. So there'll be, let's see if I can do this two-handed here. Something just like that. I can't quite get my hand in there, but just like that right there. So these terminals right here stick down just past here, out of the way, clean. And I think it'll work. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're just gonna wing it, and we're gonna get this right up there, mark where it needs to be drilled, drill it out, run some bolts, and then catch this on the back. Since it has these little deals there, we'll just catch it and slide it and bolt it, and it'll be done just like that. So that's the plan. Let's see how far we get. All right, so here's what we got accomplished. Like I said before, we got all this stuff taken out. We got the bus bar put on there. We got some rib nuts in there. I've never used rib nuts before, but I picked this deal up on Amazon, of course, because I went on a shopping spree. So yeah, I think, which one did we use? We used M5s, and then the old Harbor Freight nut and bolt kit had a nut for us, or a bolt for us. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little kit, worked pretty good. So that's bolted on there. So now main power will go to here, and then we'll have everything just coming off of here. Then we also got the winch box mounted in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is. Got that mounted in there, and then we'll just start running wires from that. So yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. So I'm gonna work on cleaning this up a little bit more, and we'll see what else happens. Well, I'll tell you what, we're knocking stuff out today. So we got the fuse circuit breaker thingy, whatever the hell that's called. It's installed. I'm definitely using roofing screws that I Sharpied black, so it looks good. But yeah, whatever. Got the wires ran for that. Got this bus bar in. Got a couple wires ran to that. Got the fuse block mounted. Got the wires ran. Super clean setup. I mean, just absolutely perfect. So we're gonna keep plugging away and see what else we can't get done. Well, to be honest with you, I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. We're just taking stuff apart, I guess. So I don't know what this thing is. Yeah, so this used to go like right there. Well, that's in the way of the light bar that I want to put right here. And I kind of already cut the grill out. I'll show you that here in a second. But yeah, so we're gonna move this like way up there. So we're gonna drill some holes, use our fancy new rib nut tool, and yeah, put that back on there. We got even a cool little template right here. So it'll be like up right in that area or something like that. And then we'll rib nut it on there. And then this little guy will go right there. Somewhere like right in there or something. But yeah. And all these light bars, except for the mirrors, are color changing. So it'll be pretty cool. All right, so we got the whole razor ripped apart right now. Yeah. So here's what's going on here. So we didn't really cut. We just kind of shaved these little fins. Ooh, that sunlight's screwing you guys up. We shaved these little fins right here a little bit so this light bar could sit back in a little bit because I didn't quite move it up far enough. But I don't really want to drill new holes and whatnot, so we're just making it work. So I'm trying to go around the fact that the welder's not here. It's at a buddy's house. So I think we're just going to have to wait for him to get back from being out of town so we can cut these off and shoot them way back here so we can extend this piece back just a little bit farther. And then we'll weld or bolt something to this, and then that'll hold the light bar there. And I've even tried, I had some old light bar deals laying around, and I tried to get them in there, but it doesn't work. So we're gonna keep slaving away and see what happens. So I'm kind of concerned about these rib nuts in here that, let's see if you can see, there you go. Because I just put them in and they already are kind of spinning. So that's cool, but we'll see. All right, guys, I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick what we kind of did today and then kind of give you an idea of what's gonna go on next time. So we got the fuse block on, it's all mounted, good to go. And then we got rid of that crazy wiring nest going on up here. There shouldn't be, besides like main power stuff for the battery and whatnot, there shouldn't be any more wires up here. And then we moved this control box up about 3 inches to mount the light bar right there, but we're pretty much waiting on a welder right now to do a bunch of this stuff. Cut these off, extend them back so we can actually mount that light bar there. And then throw the grill on. I got the grill all cut out and everything, so that's good to go. So pretty much we're just waiting on a welder to weld that, weld the mirrors on, get the roof done, yeah. So guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel because we got a lot of cool stuff going on. We're going to Moab in April. We're gonna build that 240. It's gonna be an LS car, and then we have a full race season ahead of us, and we're gonna try and take a video every single race. So right now it's going in show car mode, and then right after Moab, it'll be going into race car mode again. So it'll be a fun year, so make sure to stick around.